Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you may be watching this transmission. It is I, Mike Martins. And let's get over to YouTube. I covered a video about soaring insurance prices. And not only that, I covered a video on people being punished that own now. So people have been fighting to get it right here. Housing punishment, and then Toronto taxed to death, and where was it? Rip-off property tax. And there was one where condo insurance rates surged from 50 to 300%. Now, there's a deadly combination for people that do own. A lot of these cities that have been left empty or have been abandoned by the locals that were born and raised there, moving to greener and cheaper pastures, they're housing migrants, basically are having a really tough time making ends meet, so they moved out to get their skills and their tax dollars with them. So what's happening now? People that own in these places now are destined to be punished. That's my opinion. I'm thinking that people that own now in these places will have a tough time to sell because insurance rates are too high, or will have a tough time to sell because insurance rates and property taxes may be too high. So I've been covering this. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So this was sent to me. It was published a couple of hours ago, actually, and it's kind of important that we cover this. Soaring condo insurance rates help push Fort McMurray homeowner into bankruptcy. There's not anything we can do anymore, Kaleena Carriere says. So here it is. A woman says she walked away from her Fort McMurray condo after skyrocketing insurance costs became the final straw in her battle to keep her home. Kaleena, 31, bought her townhouse-style condo in April 2014. It was her first home, and now the bank owns it, as the locks have been changed. In September of this year, Carrie received a letter from the Cedarwoods Condominium Corporation explaining that the board had struggled to find an insurer to cover the complex. The loan policy came after a high cost, yet only promised coverage for a fraction of the complex $65 million appraised value. The condo board accepted the offer. The owner, Carrie, was hit with a $6,000 special assessment, 6 months of $1,000 payments to cover her share of the insurance premium. It was a hit she couldn't take. The condo board got only one quote from an insurer, and it came up with a premium of $925,000 for the whole complex. Wow, so that means what? Everyone's got to pay $40,000 each to fix their place if something happens, or $100,000? Wow. It struggled to get an insurer because it's considered high risk. In the last 3 years, the complex made 4 insurance claims totaling $11.7 million. 2 were related to the 2016 wildfire. Yeah, like it's the homeowner's fault, right? A wildfire. One was a water claim, and the last was another small fire. Okay, but still, I mean, so the insurance, how it works in Canada, I'm not sure how it works in the States or Australia or New Zealand, but how insurance works, it's very simple. You need to have it, period, legally. But then you have it, it's almost like not having it because it does nothing for you if something does happen, realistically, right? It's the problem that has been facing many condo boards in the regional municipality of Wood Buffalo in the wake of the Fort McMurray fire. In July, Carrie and her husband had left Fort McMurray for work. They moved with their dad in Kamloops, which is actually not far from here, guys. But they were still keeping up with the payments on the condo, which was registered in her name. We've been struggling the last year, she told CBC News. Then we got this letter that it was just the final straw. Okay, we're going to lose the house. There's not anything we can do anymore. Every month, Carrie was making a mortgage payment of $1,800 plus $450 in condo fees, plus $300 for heat, $100 for personal liability insurance, and $50 for municipal services. Guys, this is not a mansion in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. This is a lot of cash to be paying for, up there, right? Paying another $1,000 a month wasn't an option. In a Facebook post, Carrie said she stopped making payments on her home, except the bank was going to take it from me. I didn't believe it, Carrie told CBC. I cried when I came to the realization that it was happening. Carrie said she considered selling the condo, but figures she would have to end up deep in debt. She had paid $350,000 for the home, but believes it's now worth less than $200,000 because of the declining property values in Fort McMurray. In a statement claim, her bank alleges she still owed $278 on her mortgage when she stopped making payments. So what is going to happen when prices crash across Canada, or prices start coming towards realistic prices where wages should be, right? Condo insurance is mandatory. Yeah, that's always mandatory stuff. But when it comes to actually dishing out or doing their job, it becomes a huge battle in courts. And sometimes a lot of it could go into huge like dispositions, or it goes into like, it just would sit there until it goes to court several times, because obviously the insurance company is their job to make sure they don't pay you out, but you still need to get a policy through them. But their job is to make sure they do what they can in their power to make sure that they don't pay you out either, right? In Alberta, condominium boards must carry insurance on all units and common property against loss resulting from destruction or damage caused by fire, lightning, windstorms, hail, explosions, water damage, and other perils. The coverage must be replaced. A replacement cost of value. Owners pay the insurance costs through their condo fees. The Cedarwoods Condo Board offered a $10 million of coverage, even though the appraisal value of 156 townhomes was $65 million. That's despite the insurance premium of $925. In 2018, that's a lot of premium. In 2018, the board had been able to get insurance coverage for the full property appraisal at a cost of $142. That's realistically where it should be at. Realistically, guys, right? Cedarwoods Condo Board said that the board got only the insurance offer it had to take it in effort to comply with the Alberta Condominium Property Act. So here it is. The insurance companies know that they need to have insurance to comply with the Condominium Property Act. And what did the insurance company do? The insurance companies do. They start strong-arming these condo boards, right? You have to accept it whether you like it or not, said Edwards. So what does that turn into? Is it a form of communism? It's all federalized. It's becoming more and more federalized, where you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So you got no choice, right? Who owns a condo in the complex? It can make insurance company offer me insurance. No one wants it to pay this. Not enough coverage for disaster. We don't understand what's going on. We're all hurt by this, he said. Edwards, the board is still working with a lawyer trying to come up with a solution to get full coverage at a responsible price. Owners should be worried, lawyer said. Okay, here we go. This is very important because I covered this again on here where insurance condo rates, and this is in Vancouver, and don't think, this is in British Columbia, don't think because you live in Toronto you're going to be safe. These other provinces are looking at each other to find ways to get as much money out of you as possible, as humanly possible out of you. Edmonton lawyer Robert said owners of Cedarwood condos should be worried. The condo board's decision to accept insurance coverage that only accounts for a sixth of the appraised value is so uncommon that he's never heard of it happening before. It's impossible to think that an insurer would only insure a portion of that, knowing full well that the value of the property is significantly higher, No said. I can't think of any individual board members that would be so negligent to expose themselves to a personal liability making such a decision. Owner and the condo boards should immediately seek legal advice, he said. I would truly hope that the particular condominium corporation has sought legal advice to protect them from what will inevitably be exposed at a personal level of the board members if they can't get this issue resolved. In October, Wood Buffalo councillors voted to lobby the provincial federal governments into attempt to ensure the condo boards to be secure, complete, affordable insurance coverage. Adam, spokesperson for Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo, confirmed the municipality sent letters to members of parliament and the MLAs and the Prime Minister's office, among others. Crisis brewing, mayor tells PM. In a letter to the Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, okay, who cares? He's not even probably going to read it. And it says here, the bank is taking my house. So there she is. The bank is taking my house because insurance companies are taking advantage of those of us who didn't lose our homes in 2016 in Fort McMurray wildfire. So they're paying for other properties that got lost, right? It's like here in BC, we have one insurance company for our vehicles. We are paying for bad drivers on the coast that are blind, can't drive, that are out to lunch, that just drive like, driving. It's like, what are you doing? Are you drunk? No, you're not drunk. It's just the way you drive. And we are paying my insurance in a town with two stoplights. my insurance doubled because of bad drivers on the coast. So this is happening also with the insurance on homes or condos that weren't affected by the fires. Before you tell me that everyone has to pay insurance, or that is, should I have bought a home that was within my means, that isn't why the bank is taking my home. The bank is taking my home not because of bad budgeting or spent money I didn't have on things I didn't need, not because I have gambling or a drinking problem. And it goes on to read more. I can't click it. Oh, I could. Or drug addiction, not because we travel too much and because I have expensive taste, blah, 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 blah. So it goes here, homeowner paying an additional $939 in condo fees each month, do not have the extra $1,000 a month laying around because I don't. This increase in addition to my regular $450 a month condo fee payment. This is an additional to my $1,800 a month mortgage. This is an addition to my other bills on my home. This $1,000 a month in addition to my $100 a month I pay in personal liability contents insurance in my townhome. This extra $1,000 a month in condo fees gets me absolutely nothing. The opposite exactly. In September 2019, I was given notice by the condo board that over the past 3 years, Cedarwoods has made 4 claims to the insurer of value of $11 million. Whatever. I mean, it's not their fault. You know what I'm saying? Why are they building these? They should be more focused on building semi-detached homes, okay, and making them affordable for the Canadian proper to get in. It got to a point where people have to move into townhome condos. They build these townhome condos on purpose to pick up strata, right? Oh, we're going to cut your grass like once every 3 months, and we're going to shovel your snow once a year. Don't worry. You pay those condo fees. Trust me. It's happening. So it's not just there. They're finding reasons why they should be raising. Here it is here again on my channel. Condo insurance rates surge to take on policies for BC condos is shrinking. So insurance companies willing to take on these policies via through strata or whatever independent independent insurers, they're not gonna take the risk anymore. You know what I'm saying? Particularly, it's getting bad, guys. It's getting really bad. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. This is disgusting. Unfortunately, Canada doesn't have a lot of major cities we could bounce around from to start a new life. We're stuck in 3 major cities, and of those 3 major cities, the Canadian proper is completely bought out of them. Foreign investing, highest bidders came in, took everything over. Now we're selling our coal mines, we're selling everything we have, and we're not even. And those companies that we're selling out to foreign investors aren't even hiring Canadian hires on top of that. So we're in a lot of stress problems here right now in Canada. Texas has more major cities than all of Canada. At least if you live in Fort Worth, Texas, and you get tired of living there, you can move to Houston, get a better job. You don't like Houston, you want something quieter, you could move to Temple, Texas. You don't like there, you could move to Dallas. You want to, do something else, you could move to, San Antonio. There's so many places you could move to in Texas. You don't need... Like for Canada, it's very sad and it's very heartbreaking that our 3-4 major cities or major urban areas are completely bought out. That people need to move 3, 4, 5 hours away from their major cities to actually get something realistically within their wages. Let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know, send me a story if you want. Let me know. Thanks for watching and have yourselves a great day.